It is 9:33 a.m. and I'm starting this video with reference to the evidence that you can see above. The video captured yesterday at 9:32 a.m. where the City of Ontario is shown to be stalking as the scientific impossibility, meaning a fake sun remaining over me, is captured within a pattern of conduct. And doing so, I'm at the Ontario Town Square, so I'm going to show you what was captured yesterday at the same time at 9:32 a.m. The demon in their trunk, I'm going to get their license plate. They're stalking in the path. That's a psychopath. Also, while they keep their back to you, while they seek to present one way, and they're engaging in criminal conduct together and furtherance of murder at that, in the engineered environment, engineered light on the side of that path, and so is that's operating Amazon Prime, very heavily documented terrorists. By the way, 9:48. That is a very heavily documented terrorist, and they're targeting where I'm located. The demon in their trunk, I'm going to get their license plate. They're stalking in the path. That's a psychopath. Also, they keep their back to you while they seek to present one way, and they're engaging in criminal conduct together and furtherance of murder at that, in the engineered environment, engineered light on the side of that path, and so is that's operating Amazon Prime, very heavily documented terrorists. So what you're looking at here, first of all, is the fake sun that's over me on Bonita. I'm facing the Ontario Village Shopping Center, and you're looking at the people that are in that scientifically impossible environment, and you're able to break down, first of all, the airport is at 2500 Airport Road, and Amazon Prime is engaged in a pattern of conduct, the psychopathic pacing, which is what you're looking at the same time in two distinct locations. The City of Ontario, the dumpster truck that you see, is creating ongoing amplified noise and light activity, flashing lights on the vehicle, while you're looking at what are demons that are engaging in psychopathic pacing, stalking as a population. And what is their focus? The Christmas tree. What is the demon's focus in this video at the same time under the fake sun? He was digging in his trunk. The entity's engaging in this while the airport is stalking. The airport is stalking with regard to what is a scientific impossibility, where you have the same environment. And I'm facing two distinct locations while psychopaths who are demon-possessed are engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct. And it is the very same evidence that you are going to use to diagnose severe mental illness that is a threat to the public. All right? This is the co-conspirator to murder the people of the state that are engaged in what is sexual violence, psychological torture of minor children. In the same way that they're gang stalking, they prey upon minors and engage in what is the pattern of conduct on behalf of the government. The entity is doing so while they are being exposed in real time, speaking to the ongoing obsessive and determination with regard to what is delusional. So this is the entity that is, again, Amazon Prime is stalking while I'm at Bonita. I am at Bonita, and the entrance of you can see the street. This is Bonita. And yesterday, I'm walking the entire time and documenting that entire trail to the Stater Brothers parking lot, to the Ontario Village Shopping Center. Today I did not take such path. Today I am where the people of the state are maintaining ongoing criminal presence in the path. This is pacing by a group of demons as opposed to what is one person under a fake sun that's remaining over me, identifying stalkers, doing so while they are moving back and forth and back and forth. A group of demon-possessed people are achieving that same pattern while they are as a group all in this engineer light. And they're actually demons that are in the spirit crawling, pacing all around. It's mentally ill behavior. It is occurring while this fake sun that you see at the top at 9:32 a.m. is when I'm capturing this yesterday. And the airport is stalking. This is psychopathic pacing in the airspace. And the entity is doing that while I am facing right now the entirely opposite direction. I would be facing this way if this were the sun yesterday, when Amazon Prime is gang stalking me in furtherance of murdering me in concert with the people of the state that population requires on, in the same way that you're looking at the elements of monitoring underway while the City of Ontario is targeting. The City of Ontario is also the Ontario International Airport. While the City of Ontario is targeting, as I capture this video, at the same time, under the fake sun, while demons are engaged in what is psychopathic pacing and relevant position, identified by the maintenance of that scientific impossibility, that the sun would not only be here at the same time that it is over me at Stater Brothers, the Ontario Village Shopping Center, where the airport is stalking me from place to place in that environment, but you're also breaking down this environment because the entity is not only stalking, the entity is engaged in what is stalking Well, I have already documented the fake sun that's not only here at the Ontario Town Square in the morning right now, but it's here in the evening, where this same airport is engaged in what is this ongoing hovering, as though they're taking off everywhere. They're not taking off, they're engaged in what is pacing over me, exhibiting the same mental illness by those that are crawling, pacing all around in this engineer light, in concert with the people of the state. Bemis is gang stalking, and so is Wells Fargo, while the facilitating venue, buildings, companies, the people of the state where they live, and the entity maintains this environment over me. In other words, you will be prosecuted, federally prosecuted for terrorism, and the co-conspirator, as a co-conspirator of murder, where you are engaging in that pattern of conduct, and it is identified even through what is science. Okay, this is P.O.C. That's the entity engaging in the impunity. The city of Ontario is being gutted out. Okay, the Ontario Police Department, the Ontario Fire Department, American Medical Response, engaging in what is threatening and harassing and terrorizing me while I document the people of the state who are going to prison. This is the entity that's engaged in what is, I just want to be clear, so that you're aware, not only the entity that is gang stalking. Remember, this is also the entity that is accountable for what are the various acts of what are defaming my character. The entity is engaged in what is psychopathic pacing, stalking, and monitoring me on behalf of terrorist leaders such as Jason Fields and Tracy Banks, two puppets of Satan that are hypersexual psychopaths, engaging in what is soliciting this gang stalking system so that they can get away with murdering me, stealing this intellectual property, which is also my evidence, proving that they and the state of California, the U.S. government, are indeed engaged in gang stalking, which is no conspiracy theory. You accomplish this by maintaining what is criminal defamation while you are stalking at the same time. This is that population engaging in psychopathic pacing, the actually mentally ill entity that are doing things such as stalking under a fake sun, poisoning my food, while you're gang stalking me with the government, engaging in what is conduct exhibiting the threat that you are to children, while you're gang stalking, and doing so while you are in custody of minor children and conspiring the murder of others, and doing so as a population. You are engaging in that while you are conspiring my murder with the ongoing criminal defamation that is on the internet. That is speaking to the people of the state who are engaged in that pattern of conduct, where the entity is stalking as an airport, and doing so while I am documenting very damning evidence. The entity is providing more evidence because you're hovering here and you're still hovering over what is Bonita at the Ontario Village Shopping Center, where the fake sun is not behind this plane. It has yet to encounter what is Bonita, where they're stalking me yesterday at the same time. And that's relevant to the criminal defamation that the gang stalkers, the people of the state, are going to prison for. They're going to federal prison. This is the entity that engages in criminal summoning with gang members of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, the Ontario Police Department, and the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court. All angles of that criminal system are also surrounded. That is the fake sun over me at the courthouse, the fake sun over me at the police department, the fake sun over me at the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, in manners like this that are mutually exclusive. And this is relevant with regard to the people of the state that engage in criminal summoning, psychopathic pacing, and then the entity is arriving in your face, state making allegations that are false, such as you're trying to break into a building, such as you're harassing someone, such as you're molesting a child. That's what this entity has committed while they are the demons under the fake sun, and the entity is subject to federal prison for it. This is P.O.C. It is currently 9:41 a.m. where the entity kept the fake sun over me yesterday, which you will see as I remain at the Ontario Village Shopping Center. In fact, on December 13, 2025 at 9:59 a.m., I'm capturing video where the entity has the fake sun over me while I'm still at Stater Brothers inside of that same shopping center, where this entity is engaging in what is psychopathic, mentally ill behavior, stalking on behalf of a government. Doing so with regard to specific knowledge. Not only are they psychopaths, but they're psychopaths that engage in conduct as though they are strangers, as though they're not targeting you, which is mentally ill behavior. It is under no circumstances rebutting what is science, proving that you are stalking, and you're stalking with the government that's equally unintelligent and demon-possessed. That's the entity that's gang stalking with impunity. The city of Ontario, in using what is the airport in this video, the city of Ontario gang stalking, which are using the people, including Bemis Landscape, and I'm going to get their license plate, that business and that third party, in concert with what is Wells Fargo, who are all co-conspirators of murder. This is relevant for a civil and criminal prosecution. License plate 70417U2, stalking, monitoring, engaged in federal stalking under Title 18 in concert with the city of Ontario in furtherance of murder. This is P.O.C. It is currently 9:42 a.m.